beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over you. The whole you did by me, I jump over you. I say I jump over you. The whole you did by me, I jump over you. They will see ya. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed it, it will hurt. When I need it, it will ju. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win.
Hi everyone, this is Lrtn here. We are in Bensalem right now, broadcasting here. I am sitting here. I think I need to put the color off. Yeah, let me put the color off. Because I think the shirt was designed to be like this.
Take a look at my baby, yeah. God damn it, take a look at my baby, yeah. We see Friday, we been looking so wavy, yeah. Take a look at my baby, yeah.
Once again, I want to say good afternoon to all of you in television land. And of course, if you're just joining us, this is the continuation of the Liberia 172nd birthday Independence Day celebration continuing here in Bensalem, the United States of America. And the man you see sitting right here is Lrtn Dapo, our political analyst here today. He's going to be here to dissect everything that had to do with the Independence Day celebration and, of course, how Liberia was founded in the 1800s. And, of course, we're going to be discussing Nima Bowie's speech as it relates to the criticism made by Nima Bowie against the government and as well as oppositions in the country. So, Lrtn, you know what we do? You are here today. And Nima Bowie, you know what she did in Liberia, what she criticized the government as well as the opposition. So I got you in a hot seat today as a political analyst to dissect what went on in our country. So please speak to that as the people watch you both in Liberia, Europe, and all over the world, Lrtn.
Yes, Jerry, once more, it's a pleasure to be here
Right.
on Lrtn. And this is one of the most powerful rising network
Right.
that is going very global.
Right.
And I'm very privileged to be on this network
Right.
in the post-July 26th celebration in the United States, especially the East Coast. So I'm glad to be your guest as a political analyst on issue relevant to Liberia. As many of you guys know, I'm Lrtn,
Right.
one of the straightforward political analysts. Just for record, I campaigned for the CDC,
Right.
but during the process, I told every citizen and non-citizen that if the president of Liberia doesn't do the right thing, I will come back here and constructively provide criticism to the president.
Now that you just said that, Runner,
Correct?
the political situation there that is in Liberia, more especially economic. Let's look at economic, for example.
Correct.
The economy is in shambles. The whole entire country, according to international report, Liberia is a failed state. And George Weah is president in Liberia. Many people had high hopes when Weah became president.
Correct.
And presently, the economy is in dire straits. So, what is your assessment on it presently? Because a cup of rice right now is very difficult to come by. When we live in Liberia, you know how we used to do things.
Correct.
So I want you to speak to that quickly.
Well, I will speak in my capacity as a political analyst
Right.
and not as an economist.
Right.
But I will provide some basic things that the president should have done that would have supported the economic giant and stalemate we have in the country that I consider as an economic invasion from some other world into our country.
Right.
I think before the president onboard his cabinet members,
Right.
he should have first conducted an audit.
Right.
Because it's like hand over and take over system.
Right.
So the president should have been able to conduct an audit of all ministries and agencies
Right.
to determine for the 12 years how much was spent in each ministry,
Right.
what was the reason, what was the program, and to what level did Ellie let the country economy.
Right.
Because Ellie first administration was about repaying our debt.
Right.
And then the second administration was stabilizing the economy.
Right.
So with everything that Ellen received, in some a total of millions of dollars, or billions of dollars,
Right.
we are faced with the challenges today. But because we have inherited Ellen problem, and we did not separate what Ellen did versus what Ellen did not do,
Right.
he's now in a state where everyone tends to blame him.
Right.
So the issue of the economy today is still up to President Weah and his team of cabinet members to bring the country to some level of prosperity.
Okay. Before we can go further in that conversation, I want to bring you quickly to Nima Bowie.
Correct.
Nima Bowie has been sitting fireplace and been watching what's been going on in Liberia, and she had the opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just like a football game.
Yes.
Where, you know, you got a star player on the sideline.
Yes.
This star player see the opening, and she took a shot. So you're in a hot seat right now.
You know, Lima Bowie speech yesterday,
Right.
in today's technology,
Right.
I see that as a drone
Yeah.
that look at every spectrum of our country.
Right.
So her speech, in my professional comparison, could be she took a drone fly over Liberia,
Right.
looking at the opposition, looking at the government,
Right.
and looking at Liberians from all sides of our country politics.
Right.
So her speech basically touched on every areas. So today I see the trending on Facebook,
Right.
that people in different sectors, because the speech is like apple and oranges in a basket.
Right.
If you like apple, you will take apple.
Right.
You will say, I don't want orange.
Right.
If you like orange, you will say, I will take the orange and leave the apple out.
Right.
So what I see many Liberians are doing, if you are for the opposition,
Right.
and then you will take her speech where she said the president needs to focus on professional standards.
Right.
The president needs to discourage people from just supporting his idea,
Right.
because they are part of the party.
Right.
So if you're in opposition, that's your punching line, you will take out of her speech. But then when she said on the other side that opposition are selling their objectives, selling their party platform by incorporating criminals, crook, then it becomes the best thing for the pro-government official.
Right.
But for we the independent people, I would say that her speech is something that everyone, no matter what part of the quadrant of Liberian politics you're from,
Right.
you should look within her speech and determine what you think she said, and look at your party platform behavior to determine what you think you do, because that drum or flight that she took in her speech is like an observation in the form of an audit, and providing the challenges we have and how can we provide the corrective action.
But quickly, Runner.
Yes, sir.
It was the same Nima Bowie who received the Nobel Peace Prize with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf here in the United States, or Oslo, where they pick up the Nobel Peace Prize from.
Yes.
But Nima Bowie broke away from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf after receiving that award in few months, discouraging the idea that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was not doing the right thing, so she decided to leave her coalition that was founded for peace in the country.
Correct.
So I want you to speak to that quickly, because it is the same Nima Bowie now who is going and criticizing the WEA government as well as the oppositions in the country.
Yeah, you see, Nima Bowie, she's one of the few Liberians who stand for principle over loyalty.
Right.
The reason she differed with Ellen is because Ellen stood on a platform with two other ladies, including Ellen herself, and received one of the most prestigious awards that even Dr. Martin Luther King was given to. And you know what Dr. King did prior to his demise.
Yeah, what it entailed.
Exactly. So Lima see those great men and women who in the past received such an award and have a very big footprint on society today.
As a political animal, let me just ask you this question, Runner. Do you see Nima Bowie and some other person taking in Liberia in the future?
No,
as it relates to the presidency?
I won't encourage Nima Bowie, because one thing we don't want to develop in our mind, when we see a talent, when we see someone who is gifted, we don't want to divert that person's gift into politics. You can be what you want to be in our society, because Liberia has a very big numbers of rooms where people can go and perfect their career. Lima could be seen as someone from the civil society, like the ACLU in the United States, the Black Lives Matter, that look at social issue. Because if you think about it, one of the reasons why I'm not proud to celebrate July 26th, but I'm only happy to see the day, is because over the years, 171 years, our national orators, they have come out to provide what I would describe as observation, criticism, and suggestion to every administration. But what we fail to do as a country and people, we fail to move our country in the right direction. We need to establish what I would describe as the Liberian Performance Index. Because the Performance Index is like setting your goals. Now, for the economy you spoke about earlier, how can we achieve economic well-being for everyone? Is by making sure that we put economic sector performance in place. How can we ensure that young people who are being born today, who were born during the early administration, how can we today get to know how their progression, their social progression is making strides? How many people who are illiterate versus how many people who are illiterate in the country during the early administration and now. Now, the sector performance, the agriculture ministry, the telecommunication, the trade. How do we determine that our country is making progress? It's by putting in place these performance indexes, from the economy to the social progression to the sector performance. If we set these goals and we begin to work towards them, let's say if any managed to take about 65% or 100% of our GDP to some level and our social progression, how many illiterate people now can read and write, can handle their own banking affairs, can grow their own food? How many young children between ages 5 to 10 can read? How many college graduates are in the position to take on entry-level jobs? How many skillful people in electrician, plumbing, and other areas can take on this job? When we are able to measure these things based on the Liberia Performance Index, when we have this data, and the world at the end of every year decide to do their analysis on the Human Development Index from the global standards, we can challenge those results to say Liberia is 115 versus Liberia being 100. For the Liberia being 50 within the 192 or 200 countries.
Well, rather, let's go quickly to even though we are celebrating the post-independent day here, but I want you to let us retrospect quickly the history of Liberia. Liberia was founded 1822 And the United States did not recognize Liberia until 1847. And when Liberia was founded, Britain and other countries recognized Liberia's independence in 1822.
Right.
But the United States, who is the parent, as many people look at Liberia to be the father or mother for Liberia, did not recognize the independence. So came 1847 before the independence was recognized. So we are here celebrating the post-Independence Day celebration. So maybe you got something to say about that.
Yeah, I think Liberia has come a very long way. All right? Liberia has come a long way in that we continue to struggle. We continue to chase our shadow for prosperity, national prosperity.
Right.
And the reason is because the shape and form in which our country was settled. We had indigenous people that were already scavenging the land of Liberia.
Right.
And then after the Reconstruction period in America, where slaves were given the opportunity, the option to relocate to different parts of the United States, and even Africa. And you know the history, how they went back. Even though the process has been reversed today, as we had the DB lottery. That's the modern form of bringing people back here.
But
that would be a topic for another day. But those people who went back home, they went back in the position of being a little bit angry. They were angry because of how they were handled down here. So when they got back there, they decided to create a system of governance.
But the thing is, my problem was is the fact that many people look at slaves that returned to Liberia. They didn't come from only Liberia. They came from all over West Africa, and they were dispatched to Liberia. So you didn't know which slave came from Ghana because they were refined. And they had their children had their children, but they just returned to Africa. And so where the ship drop you off is that way you know your home was. You see, so like the Liberian man said, where dark catch you, that's where you sleep.
That's where you sleep, correct.
So quickly before we can rejoin the broadcast, we'd like to go to Joe Anderson for a little break. And Joe, if you are listening, you can take it over.
Yaga ni
And Lrtn stands for the Liberian Radio and Television Network here in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Is the early death flay. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are in a park right near the Polish Veteran Home, Hall rather, the Polish Veteran Hall here in Bensalem, the United States of America, where the celebration continues here today of the Liberian Independence Day. This is the 172nd Independence Day celebration of Liberia's independence. The noise you're hearing in the background, the program is about to get underway. As you can hear it. And of course, we are attending the United Liberian Associations of Bucks County. A culture troupe will be performing. Last year they performed in the hall, and people have been converging on this park since 12 o'clock today. And with me is Rana Dapo, our political analyst, who will be here to dissect and give us the information. So we will listen in.
Our sister who will open us in prayer. Let me introduce to you our MC that will be taking care of the day today. Number one MC is Mr. Padre Amanji, who is the boss for the day. And next to Mr. Padre Amanji is the second man in control. Let me give you my initial. My initial is J. Ouzu S. Mazale, CKA Benedetto S. Samuel, YKA Koyo Samuels. It's just my initial, not my name. First on our program sheet is our opening prayer, and this will be done by Sis Elunia Sobo.
Opening prayer, ladies and gentlemen.
We ask you for your mercy. We ask you for your
we tell you thank you. We are celebrating, but there are some people in Liberia, they are still looking for food to eat. Lord, we ask you for mercy, and we know that you'll continue to provide for your people. Now, as we celebrate and enjoy ourselves today, let us remember that you have provided. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. You know, one good thing I know whenever somebody pray is some area and some program in half for people to say amen. But let me tell you what amen can do. There's a guy, before I called the second president, there's a guy who was very drunk, and he ran in the church and he took the microphone from the pastor. And he started to preach. A drunkard started to preach. Then when he said amen, nobody could say amen. He went to his seat and he came back again. He said, I prophesy as a drunkard. If I say amen, anybody who won't say amen, they will die to example. Everybody say amen. But nobody will die to example. Thank you. Thank you, sis, for your powerful prayer. We'll now call our own sister, Pastor Lrtn, who will do our national anthem. Sister Pastor Lrtn, who will do our national anthem.
Praise the name of the Lord. I want to introduce this woman to you before she starts, this young girl. Basali, I believe in her early 30s. Last year, she had a massive stroke. Massive one that she had to be airlifted from one hospital to another hospital. The doctor said that she was never going to talk. Hallelujah. But by the grace of God, the great I am that I am, I don't have to say much. You can see her right here now. It's a miracle. And she's here today to celebrate with us from all the way Kentucky. So I just want to introduce her to you and let you know that if you are sick in this place, if you have a family member that is sick, and the doctor has given it up, there is still hope in the Lord. Amen. It's all yours, Basali. Hallelujah. Okay, the national anthem. Can we all stand up? Oh, hail, Liberia, hail, oh, hail. Oh, hail, Liberia, hail, oh, hail.
Yes. I'll just sing one of my songs on my album. Before I leave. When I think of where you brought me from, and where you're taking me, Lord, I can speak it all, Lord, but I know I'm very grateful. Through it all, you've been my soldier. The rock of ages which I stand on. Lord, you've always been my guiding shield. I will bless your name in the midst of my problems, in the midst of my pain, in the midst of my struggles. It's my testimony. So I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, lay it down. I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, all my testimony. When I thought I lost it all, you've been my shadow, counseling me. You are my pillow through the night. When my nights were running cold, it was you alone. You always been my healer. You always been my father. You've been my deliverer. I will praise you in the midst of my problem, in the midst of my pain, in the midst of my struggle. Here's my testimony. I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, lay it down. I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, all my testimony. Jehovah Jireh, my great provider. You've been my hero in time of storm. Jehovah Nissi, Lion of Judah. El Shaddai, what a mighty God you are. You are Jesus in the midst of my problem, in the midst of my pain, in the midst of my struggle. It's my testimony. So I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, lay it down. I lay it down at Jesus' feet. I lay it down, all my testimony. Jesus.
When someone do good things, how you can clap. You know, when someone sing a beautiful gospel song, for some of us, I just gave you my initial. I didn't give you my name. And I speak all dialects. So because of that, I will try to tell thank you in 4 different dialects. I will use the first for Ghana. My sister, that was the one. The second one, the Igbo dialect, is Odema. The third one is Chinese, Shishe, thank you. The fourth one is one of the talent from Labrador, Atato. Okay, we're rolling. We'll now call one of the brain behind this program, who's going to give us welcome remarks. He no more asked for the Honorable Jesse Ross. Your class of men are big men.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Happy 172nd Independent Anniversary to all of us. On behalf of the Executive Committee of the ULAB, the entire membership, we want to welcome all of you to the second day of our Independence celebration activities. And today, basically, we will be having musical extravaganza. And one of the major items on our program today will be the performances of our own ULAB cultural troupe. These were young ladies, young girls that were trained by Mrs. Fatu Giflo Kabi, Sandra Po Moya, and the rest of the ladies of ULAB. And in addition to our cultural troupe, we have other Liberian artists that will be performing. And so we beg your indulgence as we go through our program today. Sit, relax, enjoy yourself, and of course, at the end of the day, we have delicious food for sale out there. So we thank you for coming. And we ask that you participate. If you are touched by the song and want to come up and dance, you are welcome. Come up and dance. It is our celebration. And so let us celebrate. Let us dance. Let us rejoice, knowing that God is in control of Liberia and that Liberia will rise again. So let us not get weary. Let us not give up hope. Liberia will rise again, and we will all rejoice, and we want to be proud that we are Liberians. So thank you and welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can do better than that. For those of you who walking back there, I want to hear the hand from you. They will act out because they want to make their money. Ladies and gentlemen, I will take no time to introduce to you. But before I can introduce the group, let me advise the audience. For those of you who believe in dancing, when you come here with your 7-inch shoe, take it off. Because the performance of the people who are coming to introduce will carry the crowd wild. I have the honor to introduce to you our own children, the Honorable Yula True. go for watching our own culture through dancing. But please, let us do this for one another. Let us do justice to one another. Whenever the culture through is called upon, please, if you want to record, go at the back. Please go back there to record. Don't block the view for other people, please. I hope we understand it, right? I know. We shouldn't do it the Labrador way. Who knows how many people on earth? Who knows? We got 3 types of people on earth. You want to know them? Who want to know them? We got black men, we got white men, we got Labrador men. So we should do it Labrador way. Okay, we will now call one of our artists who's going to come among the stage. And as we come in to sing and dance, if you want to dance, please pass from the back and jump on the stage to dance. Don't block our view. I take no time to call upon our own sister, Sister Tata Johnson. Again, a hand on the floor for that beautiful woman that coming. She's beautiful in dress, you know? When a woman too much fun, she can be handsome. Then when a man too much fun, she can be beautiful. So get a hand clap for a handsome woman that coming. Sister Tata Johnson. No, it's good on that. I will start. How y'all doing? How about you guys on this? Yes. I want to learn. Our flag so bad. So like, hey, now you say, I did it myself. I did everything. I say, I got to know. We got to start the rest. Because so many stuff that God did for us. And when I even sitting here with being her friend, for our
bring inspiration to me.
Well, Ronald, we are here celebrating. And
all you can do for her.
You've been hearing the music, beautiful music. The young girl that just sang before her.
In my daughter are women.
Last name is Claudia. She had some complications. She was in the hospital. God brought her back and she's singing for the Lord.
Let me tell you.
Obviously,
when you pay house for the women,
you see what's going on here. We're having a nice time here in the US of A.
When you back up for
yeah,
them,
you see,
so happy,
I know we are all into the movement.
Right.
Anything you do, they will cry.
For me, as an analyst, what I really look at are some critical issues in what people say and people do.
Right.
That lady, according to what we heard, that she had a stroke.
Right.
That she was not going to talk.
Right.
I know we as Liberians, we are spiritual people, but let's look at the work that man has done.
Right.
Remember, God created this nation, the earth, in his own image.
Right.
And he gave every man and every nation the opportunity to research and do more. So now, that lady with that stroke, if she was in Liberia, we would have been saying another farewell to her memories.
Right.
But because of what the country has done, she is alive today in our history of 172 years.
But you saw the culture troupe. The culture troupe perform
Yep.
Sister
brilliantly.
Yep.
And in
You know,
that
my
culture
yelling
troop,
this song,
your
I can
daughter
feel good.
was part of that
Ask me
culture
why.
troop. We would not identify her for
Yeah, my
political
wife me
reasons.
too.
Correct.
But she
My wife me a singer for
she
him
one
for
of
him.
the
So whenever I see the
performer.
singer, I
Yeah.
feel good.
You know, she was one of the part of she
So
was part of the
Sanga-
culture troop.
Yeah.
Waiting on you.
So you saw the
But
brilliant
before she can
performance that
come,
they pull
let
up.
me keep
Yeah.
you busy.
And
You know,
let me thank you guys
Mr.
for
Nyanko and
protecting the
Mr.
privacy
Tia,
of my
they were
daughter.
arguing
Right.
on the children.
She's still a
Everybody
minor.
want to prove that the
I know
children don't
someday,
Right.
like I always say, by the year
So she has said,
2065,
"Look, your son
after
know
60
anything."
years before Liberia
He said,
become a
"My
better
son,
country."
that boy,
So those girls
he knows
you
something.
saw over there,
He said,
they are
"Come
the
here,
future
come
of
here, Gino."
Liberia. This
Right.
is why I'm talking
Listen,
and making sure that I'm getting myself on record
TSE is
so
dead.
that 60
Well, why
years
is
from
Adam- how do you
2005,
call that?
Right.
they will get to see you and myself talking about Liberia
TSE
today
is
in the
dead.
future.
Right.
So I'm proud as
When
a
you
father,
add water,
and I
how you
think every
pronounce
father
it?
should be proud. But
What?
there's a certain part in my heart
No.
that still
Nyakusanda
make me to
answer
feel
the
that
question like
Liberians
that.
back home
He
should have
said,
the same
"Boy,
opportunity, no matter where you're
TSE is
from
there. When
or
you
where you
have
are,
water, he said, "Oh,
to be
Papa,
proud of
there
their
were."
children, to see their child or
He said,
children
"There were-
performing,
there plus the water,
no
there
matter
were."
where the location.
Just I'm
But that
getting ready for
opportunity
you.
should be presented to them.
But one of the things that I wanted to bring your attention
You see?
quickly to is the
So
fact that
everyone got different way of pronouncing
you know,
it, right?
we were back home, and you
Yeah.
know what we used to do.
Yeah.
Then they asked him, they said,
Anthony
2 plus
Tarr
2.
left us. He
He said,
came
"That's
to the
4."
States.
Yep.
He said, "But suppose I
The
give you
man
2 pepper
moved to
color,
California,
I put 2 in your
and
right
we
hand,
all
put 2 in your
used
left
to
hand.
receive pictures
One
from him,
take-
and this
one
and
take
that, and the
all
rest of
four
it. We
for
came
you,
here, we
one
joined him.
Yeah.
He said, "Papa,
But Anthony
Let me
Tarr
tell
had
you,
been
seriously.
consistent.
the correct answer to that
Mr. Tarr had been very consistent.
oil.
Yeah.
He put this organization together and
mathematically,
called most of
that's
us.
zero.
Yep.
But physically, that the oil.
And
He said, "You are a good
many
boy.
organizations have come and gone,
Stay here,
Yeah.
anyway."
and Mr. Tarr is still here improving this organization. So
Ladies and gentlemen,
you being one of his
I'm pleased
brothers,
to introduce to you our
please
own
try to
artist.
tell us or
Says,
tell the audience
Sange,
what you feel
Come
about the
peanut butter dressed in red, white, and blue.
his tenacity.
Yeah.
You know, but I will lead that a little bit so we can listen in
Okay.
some of the performers that are coming on.
Okay.
So let go to Joe,
Okay.
and we'll come back.
in front bread. So the boy said, okay. He said that woman passed by her. You know that house belonged to her, but she was so useless. Her husband kicked her and put her in the basement. That's what she said in Kalana. She's not serious. But as you go at the end of the road on the right, you will see a yellow building. That's the man you are looking for. Can't believe. Go there. So he went there and knocked the door. The man opened the door. He said, oh, I'm looking for one Mr. Kabli. The man said, no Kabli living here. He said, oh, but the man just showed me the play. He said, I tell you, the man closed the door in front of him, he left. He started running to go meet the mayor. So finally he found the man. He said, my friend, hey, you know what time I go to the yellow house, what happened? He said, what you say again? He said, I was looking for one Mr. Kabli. The man said, I don't know what you are talking about.
The performance continue here. Ronald, we're having a nice time here today. And as I told you, it's always good to come here on this day, which is the belated birthday of Liberia. And you see the little children, they're all, you know, here, and beautiful performances are taking place.
Sure.
And, you know, let's talk about our homeland for a little bit. 12th Street, as it relates to you and myself when we live on 12th Street.
Yeah.
Nima Collins, we had Sarah's football team over there.
Yeah.
11 Eagle, where I'm from, and you are from Green Eagle.
Correct.
The present president in the country play on that team. And you got people like Chiriki, you had Chakla, he and Winston used to be, they used to team up.
Jack Madison.
Yeah, Jack
We'll
Madison.
beat them. We'll beat them.
Leave them, we'll push them.
We'll Chakla them.
And Jacob Cooley, from my own account, 11 Eagle.
Yep.
Winston was back home recently and they had a game. And he sent me some of the pictures. He said Nima Colley wasn't feeling well, so I hope Nima is well right now.
Yeah.
And he watching us. So we are here, and we are hoping that maybe one of these days we can join them.
Yeah.
Back home on Tubman Hatfield, where we from. But we did it.
Yeah.
We lost some of our soldiers in the war.
Yeah.
Like some of the Pro G.
Yeah.
We lost Pro G. One of the oldest men on 12th Street still living, Richard Pratt.
Yeah.
So, then the chickens are gone.
Yeah.
But you know how 12th Street used to be.
We have, from our side, we love.
Yeah.
We lost many
Bokoma, yes.
And just recently we also lost his sister who died of Mami. So we have come a long way. And
we have come a long way.
And those are all who are still around.
And not forgetting Trogon.
Yeah, Trogon, yeah.
That
is very personal because that was my brother.
Right.
So we have come a long way. No matter the challenges,
right,
the winter time,
right,
the rainy season, all the challenges always come out. And no matter what we lost in the process,
right,
there are few people still making our money.
Right.
And from generation to generation, we continue to tell our story.
Yep. And you know, like I always say to people, the Lord gives it and the Lord takes it.
Yeah.
So we should thank God. And you know, one of the people we forget is Mantolo.
Yeah, Mantolo, yeah.
Mantolo.
Yeah.
We lost him too.
Yeah.
But his name, that was the MIE group.
Yeah, the MIE group.
Still there.
Football still there. Jim Tar.
Jim Tar.
Yeah.
Mela Murray Durant.
Murray Durant still there.
Murray
Yeah.
Durant.
And Kweku still there.
Ishman Poku, number 4.
Yes. And don't forget our man, Yavakat.
Yeah, Thompson Yawaka.
Thompson Yavakat.
The man, a Captain 9, the police force.
The man said when we
They call
continue
him
to
Powerhouse.
when we continue to fuck him, he going to
You know
arrest
what?
us.
You know what it is? Something has been loud, right?
Yeah.
Jackson said we're one of the most skillful number 7 we have.
Yeah.
We're practicing hard. So Jackson said,
Yeah.
Trevor Yawaka in that corner.
Yeah. You mean to watch on the era? Yeah.
They go on the ground.
Yeah.
Why you live on your head? That's
Justin was gone.
The man got inside, running behind Yawaka.
I know. So many members on that field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so many members.
You know, all the things that you put around you, right? We heard him turning on that field. The first day I got on the field, got a tea in the morning.
I know that story very well, but you tell your own. I know that story very well, but you tell your own.
But you know, the first day I got on the field, Troy team, they had it begin, what did they say?
Yeah. Well, let me wrap you on top of Yeah.
So what he's going to do?
Uh-huh.
He's going to consume the money and clear that property.
Yeah. He that camouflage is
Yeah. So, we're listening to the performance a little bit and we'll come back to our live broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the Lrtn.
Thank you. I see the people waving, but they can't come on the stage to dance. People who let us dance out of the stage, they're not good dancers. The real dancers can come
That
to
was
the
a
stage.
beautiful performance by that lady.
So the only way you can clap and say Sange.
Sange.
Give her. I
Miss
think the
Sange
people who
just
they
did a
give yourself,
beautiful job here.
They come here to
And
look at
you were
the
watching it. You were
dancing.
watching it. You were watching it, Runner.
Yeah.
Yo, who said down there, your girl being club, y'all? Making more money. All right.
Once again, we want to remind you that you're
You know-
listening to Lrtn live
The people said
Here
that
in
propaganda is that
Benzil.
question are true.
and our onset this
Before we
afternoon
go on the
is
culture true, let me tell you something about Labrador, man.
Joe
For those of us who
Anderson
love Labrador and went
behind the
other country
camera,
before
and of
coming here.
course,
We
our
sat for an
guest,
interview.
our political guest,
And listen to the
Ronald
conversation
Dapo.
between a white man and a Labrador man.
and G
The
by the
white man asked the
Carnival.
Labrador man, said, how you came here before I can interview you? He said, what? Look at that guy. The man said, sir, how you came here? He said, oh, let me tell you. When the war was fighting, I beat it. The man said, so when you beat it, then what happened? He said, oh, I gave my gun. He said, then when you gave your gun, then what happened? He said, I chill it. So when you chill it, what happened? He said, oh, my man, come on, Papa Diapa. And the guy looked at him and said, okay, after doing all the things, and then what
Listen to
happened?
the MC,
He said,
so
"I'm
let's
ready."
listen in for a little bit.
You know, say, all right, and the reason why you pass all around like that. Okay, now, I will now call upon our owner, one and only culture troupe of Eula, the Eula Culture Troupe.
Culture Truth is coming back on for another performance. So we're going to listen in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Culture Truth will be coming on momentarily, but again,
This is Lrtn coming to you live from Bensalem here in the US of A. And Ronald Dapo is with me. Where we continue to bring you live coverage of the program here. And the culture through is about to come on. So let's listen in.
was a culture troop. And we're listening to the
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the culture troop. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Fellow Liberians, last night during our program, there were a host of local
they're listening.
government officials that were present. But absent from among them was our state representative, Jean DiGeronimo. And so today he's here with us. And so we'd like to call up our state representative for our remarks. Mr. Honorable James DiGeronimo.
Benston State Representative is being called out to make a remark.
Thank you very much. I promise I'm not going to dance. Because I think if I tried to dance, everybody would go home. But good to be with you today. I want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day. Very happy, healthy Independence Day. I believe it's number 172. Is that correct? Yep. So happy Independence Day to everybody, not only on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of Mayor DiGirolamo from Bensalem. And we are just so proud and excited that you've chosen Bensalem to hold your festival here this year. You know, we are so proud here in Bensalem. And again, there was a major magazine, Money Magazine, that named Bensalem one of the 100 best places to live in the United States of America. Yes. And the reason that they named Bensalem a great place to live was because of our diversity. And we're very, very proud of our diversity here in Bensalem, both me and the mayor. And we're proud to have you here today on your Independence Day. Earlier today,